Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I had promised you guys that I would do a life update video because I have been away for, bless you, bless you. I have been away for a couple of months. And I know that usually like on my channel I never really talk about like my personal life. And I guess it's like partially because I'm kind of very private, and then I just kind of feel like nobody really cares. But if I'm gonna be doing this, I want to be as open as I can and just share a little bit of me and my life. So I decided to just do it, and if it can help anyone, awesome. And if it's not for you, then that's fine too. So I've been gone because I was pregnant. I never really, I might have mentioned it here or there in my videos, but I don't think I ever said, okay, I was pregnant. Probably the reason being because a couple of years ago I did miscarry, and I was still kind of nervous. I was on bed rest, and I don't know, it was just kind of weird to talk about it. Like I was just going day by day. If I get emotional, don't judge me. I'm sorry. My hormones are still like out of control. The baby's only 3 months. He's right next to me. I'll show you him. But yeah, so I was just really like really taking it easy, and just I was still making videos because I needed to do something. I wasn't allowed to go to work. But everything turned out great. I was really, I don't know, I don't even know like where to start. I guess just by saying that like I was so like caught up in like wanting my baby and so excited to have a baby. Like I've always wanted a baby, that I really didn't know about after the baby comes. Like I wasn't aware or informed about like the things that women go through after having a child. Like I just felt like it was gonna be amazing and miraculous and like such a like beautiful experience and all these things, that's what everybody talks about. Like all the moms are like, oh my god, they're so in love, and you know, all these things. So what I went through, I just didn't expect to go through. So what happened was that the delivery was okay. Like it wasn't a big, I had a C-section, and they over-medicated me because it was a emergency C-section. So I'm there waiting for them to take the baby out. Fine, the baby comes out, he's great, healthy, and then they come to give him to me, but I couldn't feel my hands yet. So my husband carried him, and they showed him to me, and then you know, I cried and I prayed about it because I was like, he's here, he's good, okay, great. But I didn't get that skin to skin that mothers usually get the first time, or like most mothers, because I know that everybody has a different experience. So then after that, you know, I went into the room and I saw everybody holding my baby, like my mom, my stepmom, my grandma, everybody was holding him, and I was just very high. So I just couldn't really like grasp what was going on. Like I was still in shock. And I was diabetic, so the baby's sugar was low and they had to send him to the NICU. So I got to hold him for a little bit. And when I held him, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought it was gonna be like an instant, like, oh my goodness. It was kind of weird. It was like he was a little stranger. I mean, like he was, you know. And I just felt, I'm like, maybe it's because of my medication. So whatever, they took him to the NICU, and then I couldn't get up, so I didn't get to see him. Like my husband was the one that went to the NICU, and they taught him how to feed him, how to change him, how to do all these, you know, new things, because he was never really around babies, so this was like his first time. And Liam. And so what else happened? So he was the one that, you know, he would go and feed the baby and all this stuff, and I couldn't breastfeed. Like I wasn't making milk yet. So then the next day, I got to go and go see him, and I thought, okay, this is it, like I'm gonna meet him. It was kind of like, okay, this is like my first time, and I saw him, and I still like couldn't react, and I'm such an emotional person, so it made me feel like weird, because I'm like, I'm not even crying, like this is awkward, like this is so weird. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Days passed, and I kind of felt the same. Like I obviously, like, I know I love this baby, but it was like I didn't feel that connection. So he ended up being in the hospital for 11 days. So I had to leave him there a few days, and that was like so hard, because I was just like, I just want to take him home. Like, you know, any mother that has had to do that knows that it's like you just want your baby to be home. And I remember he was born May 1st. So what, Mother's Day was like May 2nd or something, or I'm not sure, and he was still in the hospital. So I thought I was gonna be with him. I mean, I did go to the hospital every day, but you know, I thought he was gonna be home, and none of my family could see him, only the grandparents. So that was another thing. Like, people would come and visit me, and I felt bad, because I'm like, well, you're not gonna be able to see the baby, you're just gonna see me. So it was just a lot. Then he comes home, and I don't know, like, I don't know what happened. I was so overwhelmed. I was so scared. I just didn't know what to do. I was so tired, and I was just, you know, trying to pump, and then I wasn't making milk because I wasn't sleeping enough. I didn't want to eat anything. There were times where I was so cold, like freezing cold, and it was already hot at that time, like freezing cold. I would just like layer myself with blankets, shivering, and you know, I really couldn't do anything for the babies. So I mean, thank God that my husband, like, it was just like, it just came naturally to him. And I got jealous about that too, because I felt like I'm the mom, like that should have happened to me. But I had my best friend here with me, and my sisters and everything, so everybody kept reassuring me and stuff. But it just got to the point where I was just like, I was crying all the time. There were times where I didn't want to hold him. I felt like, and then I felt guilty about it. So I felt like, you know, I felt like I was being ungrateful. And I remember praying, and I'm just like I can't, like, in my mind, I just felt like, okay, so I can't go through postpartum depression. Like, this can't happen to me, because, you know, I'm a Christian. I know better. Like, there's just no room for that. So it was just even harder for me, because I was just being so hard on myself. And I don't know, like, everything made me feel bad. I wanted to go out, like, I just it was just like a life change, which I knew, obviously, like, when you have a baby, everything changes. And when people tell you things, you're like, yeah, okay, or it's not gonna be like that for me. No, it was just like a complete, like, my world just went upside down. So here I am, like, this baby is in control of everything in my life. And then that was hard for me, because I'm such a control, like, freak. Like, I need to be the one, like, you know, like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to be. And it was not like that. And I remember that even in the beginning, like, I was like, I don't want my baby to be accustomed to the arms. I don't want him to get used to sleeping in the bed or in these little cradle. Like, I went into, like such a, like, I need to discipline him. He was 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old. And I was like, he could cry it out. And I remember, I'm sorry. And I remember, I was just praying about it one time. And it was just like, God was like, this is the time to enjoy him, you know? This is the time. Because I felt like I wasn't nurturing either. Like, I tried to do skin to skin, and I would once in a while, but then there were other times where I was just like, no, I don't want to hold him too much. And you know, everybody wants to, like, hold your baby, and I was just like, no. until then, and I even started reading about it because I'm like, when is it that you have to start like showing them or getting them used to things? And that's later on, like at 4 to 5 months, like around now. So I was doing this in like 2 weeks, and I was like crazy. So I realized that, and I tried to be more nurturing, and I was just like, okay, right now he just needs your affection and stuff. So that was that, but it was just still hard. And then another thing was that I didn't really want to talk about it because I was embarrassed, and I felt like, when you lose a baby and then you have one, you feel like you should have no problem. Like, this is what you signed up for. You knew like this was gonna happen. This is the biggest thing you've ever wanted, and you finally got it, so you can't complain. You can't feel wrong. Like, you can't feel like you're failing. And then that was a big mistake. So little by little I started to like open up here and there. But it wasn't until like a few weeks ago that I realized, because I know people get baby blues, and that's like in the beginning. So I'm like thinking, okay, that's it. That's what I have. But it still continued. Hold on. Here, I'm going to show you him because he's fussy. This is the baby. This is Liam. His name is Liam Caleb Hayes. Say hi. You just want to touch him. He's so funny. He likes to be sitting up now. Sorry, I'm going to put you down. Here, come. Right here. Right there. Right there. He likes to be sitting up. He's watching cartoons. It wasn't until like a few weeks ago that I just like, I still felt depressed. Like, I was still at work. And sometimes I would think like, he doesn't need me. Like, everybody's doing everything right. Like, my friend is more nurturing. He's more like a mom. My husband's amazing. So it's like you start thinking like, nobody needs you here. Like, you're just here. So that really started getting to me. And finally I opened up to my pastor and one of my friends from church. I just couldn't hold it in anymore. Like, I just had to let it out. And I was just hysterical crying because I was like, I don't know why I feel like this. Why I feel like I just don't know. It's just so weird. And you just burp. And then they told me like that it's normal, that it's just postpartum, that women get it and everybody gets it different. And I felt a little better, because I just felt like nobody really talks about these things. Like, everybody thinks after you have a baby, you just know how to do everything. And I'm learning every step of the way. And I see other moms and I'm like, okay, whatever works for you. Like, before I was like, no, I don't want my kids to do that. Now it's just like, you just learn on the way, and you just have to go with it. And my biggest thing that made me so afraid, and it still makes me scared, is like, I want to like raise him to be a good person, and to know God. And I just always feel like, what if I don't know. And that puts pressure on me because I feel like, well, I have to change. There's a lot of things that I still have to change. And there's always going to be things that I have to change. And I just have to take it day by day. And I literally, like, it's a battle every day, just praying it out, because I can't do it alone. And I know it's funny because I try to like hide it, and I try to be so like I have it put together, but God knows how I feel. Like, it's not a secret to him. So it's like, who are you lying to? The people? Like, it's only affecting me. So I'm just more forgiving with myself. And there are some times where I'm like, I'm home all day and I'm like, I need a break. Like, I want to go out. And I used to feel so guilty about that, but I shouldn't. Like, that's okay. So I don't know, like, if this is something that I'm sure people go through, but nobody shares it. But I've gotten so much better. Like, after you like face it, I just think that I had to face it. I heard a pastor talking about if you don't face it, you can't fix it. So I just have to really be honest with myself, and I have to be honest with God, like, just like, I can't do this right now, this is how I feel, and then move forward. It will work out. And I just love him. Like, he's such a good baby, like, such a good baby. I can't complain at all. Like, this kid is so chill. Like, people love to babysit. Not people, I don't let people babysit, just my sisters and my best friend. Oh, you're burping again. You're so funny. So, you know, I'm just so blessed, and I feel so happy, and I'm getting back into the routine of things. You know, that's why I started to make videos now. And I went back to work, and I work 3 days a week, which is perfect for me right now because it works with my husband's schedule, and I still get to see him, you know, like, raise him. Do you want to stand? Is that why you want to look at yourself? So yeah, like, it's just gotten better, and my point is just to talk about it, find people that are gonna encourage you, and, you know, that can relate to you, and, you know, it's not something new. Like, I know I'm not the first, and I'm not gonna be the last to go through this, and maybe I'm going through this to help somebody else. It's annoying that I had to go through it, but it happens. But everything's slowly getting back to normal. He's gonna be 4 months in 2 weeks, and, like, I feel like I'm just getting back into the routine of things. Like, he's more, like, sturdy. Like, I'm not as afraid because he's not, like, gonna break. He's already 15 pounds. He's a big baby. Say hi. But yeah, so that's where I've been, and that's what's been going on with me. And I'm, like, really, really, really happy. No matter what, like, I go through, and all these, my hormones, I hate saying that. Like, I hate it. I hate when everybody's like, it's your hormones. But it is, like, it's really hard because I was always very hormonal to begin with. So I guess this just, like, really, like, threw me off, like, completely. But there's always a season for everything, and this season is passing, and I know that greater things are to come, and I know that I'm gonna have so much fun with this little boy. He's growing so fast. But I'm really excited to be back on YouTube, and I don't know, just to be a little bit more open. I'm usually really shy and, like, insecure. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, but I'm just tired of being that way, because it's like the things that I go through are not just for me. Like, they're not to teach me a lesson only, it's to help somebody else. And I don't really get that much time to talk to other people, like, you know, like, spend time and stuff. So maybe this is the only way to reach some people, and so be it. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, it's just time for me to be brave, and just to be more confident, and just to believe in myself, and to believe that God will use me, because that was something hard for me too. But I go to church, I pray every day. Like, I just thank God for everything. Like, I talk to him constantly. Like, I have to stay focused, because I could get distracted real easy, and then I suffer. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and introduce you to the baby. What are you doing? But yeah, if you like to see more, like, you know, live videos, or if you want to see him in more videos, you can also follow me on Snap. I usually snap him. Right now I'm fasting from social media, but I still snap him so that people can see, because I'm sure this little face could brighten up anybody's day. Are you drooling on camera? Are you drooling? He's getting fuzzy. But thank you for watching and for listening. And don't forget to subscribe, like, And comment down below if like you've gone through anything like this, or if you have any tips. You know, because there's times where I still go through it. If there's anything like you could tell me, you know, if you have a baby, or like, because I always feel like everything needs to be done a certain way. So just leave it down below, and we will see you later. Tell them subscribe to my mom. Mwah. Bye guys. He's getting so mad. Okay, bye.